They also have body care, and I can't wait to get into that to see what it does for the body, yada yada, okay? Because it's not just the face, honey. It's the whole package. And if you don't believe me, ask your daddy. Hey gems, it's your girl MissJemima, and we are back at it again with another mother freaking video. Today's video is one of my favorites to do, as you guys know. It's our monthly favorites, okay? And in this video I get into the nitty-gritty of my favorite products of the past month, as well as products I was just obsessed with, you know, because like I have periods, I have eras, I have these infatuation phases, and I be wanting to spill the tea. So that's what this video is, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you like this kind of content, go ahead and subscribe, join the gem squad, join us, okay? Because it's a vibe over here, it's a key, and I think you'll love it. So like, stop playing, subscribe, and share this video with your friends, your cousin, and your granddaddy. Not your granddaddy, because not too much now. Anyways, let's get started. So now that the air is getting chillier and cooler, my skin is a bit drier these days. And so I've been seeking all the hydration that I can possibly find. And I have my favorite moisturizers. I have like a list of moisturizers that I typically rotate through. But when it comes to winter time, I'm typically a It Cosmetics Age Defying, what's that moisturizer called? Something, child, in the cream jar. That's usually my go-to, but this time around I decided to try out something new, and this is the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream. Now they came out with a lighter version that was supposedly still as hydrating, but just not as thick on the skin. I've tried the green one, I don't remember what it's called, but I never tried the Dewy Skin Cream, and I didn't understand what the drama was about until I tried this cream. And it's so delicious. The way she's hydrating and the way the skin just looks just plump when you use it, I am a fan. And unfortunately I have not yet, well, not unfortunately, but I have not yet delved into this moisturizer deep in the recesses of winter, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to be using this for, but I'm hoping that it is hydrating enough for me to carry it through. But I am really loving it as of now. I do use multiple hydrating products in my skincare routine, so I'm sure that's assisting the hydration as well. But man, when I tell you this stuff is delicious, and whether or not I can carry this through the entirety of winter, this is forever a favorite. Like, baby, she is for sure always going to be in some kind of rotation. Even if I put her to the side for a bit to play with something else, at some point she is going to come back, because I have been having a ball with her. And like, it's Tatcha. Tatcha has great skincare products. They have this cute little scoopy scoop situation. I don't may use it. I stopped seeing this actually. I forgot this was here. But you know, it's a cute little vibe, so you can scoop the moisturizer without contaminating it. But child, I put my little grubby fingers in there every day, so I should probably stop doing that. But anyways, yes, I actually really love this moisturizer, and if you have a little extra coin to spend, I would recommend that you try it too. Or if you can get it as a sample or as a reward situation at Sephora, yeah, try her, because she's fan-freaking-tastic. Love her down. And Tatcha, I love y'all. If you ever want to send me more, I will happily accept it. Love y'all down bad. Now, despite the colder weather, another reason why my skin is a bit drier than normal is because I have been using a lot more retinols in my skincare routine. And last month I was talking about my polish choice, and I said that I have another favorite that I'm gonna feature this month, because 1 month can't have all the favorites. Like, you gotta spread it out. So this month we are talking about the Murad Resurgence Retinol Resculpt Overnight Treatment. Now I picked this up because the pictures, the before and after that they post, I said, what in the sorcery is this? Are you guys lying to me or not? But the thing with retinol is that it takes time for you to see the results, but just overall texture, overall glow, overall just the way my skin feels, that is typically how I determine whether or not I'm going to continue using a product, because I need a serotonin boost now for me to invest the time and longevity that I need to really see if the retinol effects is really helping. I will say though, I think the one thing I don't like about this, it does not tell you how much retinol is in this. There's no percentage, there's no nothing. I've looked on a website, I look online on Google, I haven't seen it anywhere. But based based on the way my skin feels and reacts to this versus the Paula's Choice, I do think that this one has less retinol than the Paula's Choice one. I don't know that to be sure. I don't know if it's the inactive ingredients that are combining with the overall formula to make it a little more hydrating for me. Like, I feel like if I did a couple days back to back with retinol, I could do it with this one as opposed to the Paula's Choice. With Paula's Choice, I'm not doing 2 days back to back. I'm doing 1 day, a recovery day, an active day, a recovery day. This one, I might do 2 or 3 days back to back. You know, we all know that I'm prone to damaging my moisture barriers. So I'm being what the heliante? So I'm being very careful this time around to make sure that I am listening to my skin and giving her what she needs as we continue on our skincare journey. But yeah, highly recommend the Murad Retinol Resculpt Overnight Treatment. Fantastic stuff. They also have body care, and I can't wait to get into that to see what it does for the body, yada yada. Okay, because it's not just the face, honey. It's the whole package. And if you don't believe me, ask your daddy. Now, in terms of fragrance, fall time is my favorite season because I feel like the way I can really get into like my deep, sexy, sultry fragrances that I typically don't reach for as much during the other season. Like, I'm having a moment right now, and I've mentioned this in a vlog or two about how the brand Navitus is one of my favorite houses to wear during the fall time, because I promise y'all, like, they make such good, sultry, sexy, like husky, deep, smoky perfumes. Like, it's so, ooh. And if you are a gourmand's girly, if you like to be sweet and edible but like in a sophisticated way, in a sexy way, they know how to do it and do it well. Okay, well, yeah. So the 2 most recent ones that I've added to my collection this year, I said I have to give you guys a moment because I've been wearing these down, honey. I've been wearing her down. The first one is Soir Esclusif, okay, and the other one is Tempt Me Not. Like, baby, Navitus, y'all are that girl. I'm not the best with notes, so I'm just gonna read you guys what they are. I don't wanna play y'all, and I don't wanna misspeak. So for Soir Esclusif, it is described as an exquisite, intimate, cozy fragrance for both him and her. It opens with a delicious, delicate blend of oranges, marshmallow, coffee, and licorice. Vibrant woody notes and creamy, sensual vanilla provide an exotic base of seduction. Awaken your senses with Soir Esclusif. Your date nights and close encounters with that special someone will never be the same. Okay? And when I tell y'all every word of that is true, when I was reading the notes, I said, baby, y'all have me at marshmallow, at vanilla with woody notes and creamy. Coffee is hit or miss for me, but when it's blended with all the other things, I said, okay. And orange, I'm between orange and like orange blossom, and there's another note. I'm seeing how when paired with other things, how it brings a certain something that I'm quite enjoying. So I saw the notes, I said, it's a bit of me, darling, it's a bit of me, and it smells delicious. It smells so good. Like, when I tell y'all sexy, sultry, date night, like, they were on the money, and that is my kind of vibe. That is a fragrance profile that I love to go for. I love to ooze sex appeal, okay? You know, that's just what I do. All right, not too much. The next one is Tempt Me Not, so let's get into the deets for that. Okay, for Tempt Me Not, it says the base of the fragrance provides depth and sensuality with Madagascan vanilla, and I've heard that that's like the true like foodie smelling vanilla. Latin American tonka, love that. Indonesian benzoin, and a musk. Top notes are milk froth and brown sugar. Middle notes are toffee, caramel, and heliotrope. Base notes are Madagascan vanilla bean, Indonesian benzoin, musk, and Latin American tonka. Baby, oh baby, oh baby. When I tell you fan freaking tastic, Navitus gets it on the money every single time. Whenever I want to give sultry and sexy, they are my #1 go-to. And I first discovered them through Abigail. That girl has been a curse to my pockets. I believe their first fragrance I tried was Escapade Gourmand. Is that them? Oh my God, no. Baklava Real? Is that, I'm tripping. Baklava Real. And I've spoken to you guys about that. And that was the first fragrance that stole my heart, and I've been deeping and diving ever since then. Yup, Baklava Real. And I've featured this in past videos like a while ago. And that was my first introduction to the brand, and I have not looked back since. I love them. Damn. So I'm not gonna lie, it did take me a little bit of time to ease into fall, mainly because I haven't even unpacked my fragrances yet on the lowest of keys. So, you know, I've kind of been moving slowly, but I feel like now I'm looking in the thick of it. But during the daytime or like early evening festivities, sometimes I want something that's not quite as seductive and deep. I want something that's more like in the middle, but not necessarily warm floral. So I actually came up with the perfect combination collection that I have been wearing and getting so many compliments on. And when I tell y'all I didn't even expect this for me, I truly did not. So the base of the fragrance is MCM Charming Pup. I'm not gonna lie, I went into the store, I saw the packaging, and it's so cute. Look it. Wouldn't this grab your attention? And I went through all the fragrances, and this is the one that I enjoyed the most. And I feel like even as a standalone fragrance, like, wow, I can wear this for a week straight, truly. And then I ended up purchasing this from someone at the gym. He had some fragrances to sell. He was like, hey, you want to smell some? I said, for sure, you right on. And one thing about me, I'm gonna support, okay? So out of all the fragrances, there was something that I loved for real. But I was like, okay, I'm interested in this one. It has like the deeper, sexier notes that I like. The thing about me though, I'm a fake cherry girl. Is it cherry that I'm talking about? Yeah, I'm a fake cherry girl. But the way that they do this, and this is a Banana Republic fragrance, dark cherry and amber. And I feel like when I picked it up, he was kind of like, why you pick that one? Like, pick this other girly one. But I don't think he saw the vibe that I was going for. Also, probably he doesn't really know my scent palette as well. But as is, yeah, I could still wear it. There's a something to it though that's almost like sickly, syrupy. But there's a note in here where it's like, too much of this and I might feel nauseous. I'm not selling it. But I feel like this pairs well with others. She plays very well with others. I don't see me wearing her alone and doing my whole overspray situation, because like I said, I feel like I would get sick or feel sick after wearing too much of this. But mixed with the MCM Charming Pup, that base cherry, that amber note, and just like oddly enough, that same sickly, syrupy, nauseating note, it somehow blends with the Charming Pup, and it's fire. I'm not selling this at all, but I promise y'all, it smells so good together. And whenever you have a fragrance that you don't love, I would experiment with it before you give it away, or you know, whatever you do, you let it sit in the dust. Experiment with different fragrances in your collection and see how it mixes, because I promise you it creates a whole new vibe. Somehow the two really mesh together. When I'm really wanting razzle dazzle, I'll spray my Club de Nuit Arabian fragrance. It's like basically a Baccarat dupe. I think it's a little creamier than Baccarat, and so once again, it mixes very well, but it adds a little extra, you know, a little extra. And I love that, y'all. I love that. So that's been my like early evening dressy combination, and it's been a hit. It's been a hit. Last in the scent category, we have the Orena Classic Vanilla Butter and the Oil. So I got this because they are inspired by Kayali Vanilla 28, and that is one of my favorite vanillas of all freaking time. I love that smoky, deep, sexy, sultry vanilla. Are we seeing a pattern here? Yeah. So I said inspired by, absolutely, for sure, you're right on. But the thing is, these aren't cheap. Like, if y'all won't give me an inspired by, if y'all don't give me, you know, a dupe, for lack of better words, make it cheap. Unfortunately, these are not cheap, but I will say that these are fan-freaking-tastic. And while they do not smell exactly like the original, they are close enough that it's absolutely worth the coin. And also, even if they don't smell exactly the same, because I also have this set for the Jerjoff Herba Pura. Dang, which one is it? Herba Pura? Herba Pura. It low-key don't smell nothing like it to me, but it still smells good, so I still get my money's worth. But essentially what you're purchasing is actual perfumed products. So the butter itself, I don't think it's the most moisturizing, the best butter formula, but the fragrance, the perfume of it all makes it worth every cent, okay? Same with the oil. The oil's pretty good. The oil's decent, but it's a perfumed situation to the point where if you wear these, you don't actually need to wear perfume, okay? It's heavily fragranced, and that's the entire intention, and that's why it is pricier, because there's a higher, much higher concentration of the fragrance oil in it, and it's designed to go a long way and have that projection and sillage that you would get normally from a perfume. So tread carefully, okay? And I love mixing this underneath other perfumes and stuff, because like I said, it smells freaking fantastic, and I'm a fan, and once this finishes, I'm absolutely gonna buy another one. They're so good. I'm gonna cry and complain, because why the hell I'm paying all this money for oil? I'm gonna complain, but I'm finna buy it, okay? And I'm finna wait for a promo code, because I need that. Speaking of fragrances, you guys know I cannot go too long without shouting out scented hibiscus. By the time I've burned this candle, I would say when I'm burning this candle, 75% of the time I'm burning something else. And I've gone through 2 other candles. I'm talking about completely burned through. Burn them, burn all day, throw them away, open another one, burn it all the way down, throw it away. And still, I have so much of this left. Like I said, 75% of the time I'm also burning this. But they last so long. long. And when you're used to buying $5, $7, $10 candles, you know, sometimes seeing a jump for a pricier, more quality candle can be jarring. And I completely understand that as a budget bunny. Okay, but I can say without qualm, I can say without hesitation that investing in a high quality candle really does change your life, because for one, the ingredients in this is so much better for you. Now, I'm gonna say that and I'm still gonna buy Bath and Body Works. One thing about me, I'm gonna be honest, okay? Am I still gonna buy the chemical ones? Yes, but knowing that I have high quality, clean ingredient candles that actually last forever, I love that. I feel like I truly get my money's worth. And so I will always be the fan of Scented Hibiscus. Their products are fantastic. I also really love their body oils. I actually have 2 out right now, and I'm playing games. I need to put one away and only keep one in rotation, but I love Scented Hibiscus products. Down, will forever be a fan, and I just can never get enough. And First Class is one of my favorite scents. Also Midnight Hour is another one. Vanilla Orchid. She has all the scents, okay? She has all the things. So check her out if you haven't before, or if it's time for you to re-up, then get on that, girl, because once I place my order, it might not be any left. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I need that. I need that. So as of late, my favorite foundation to use has been the Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Serum Skin Tint. Now, when I first tried this, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little scared because I thought this was gonna be like a super dewy, super juicy, super luminous skin tint. And while it does have a certain hydration quality to it, it's not zooey. Like, not zooey the way I'm thinking zooey, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't leave behind a super wet, overly moisturized look, which ironically I've really been looking for as of late. Like I said, the drier skin situation, but it does leave a nice, beautiful, natural, luminous sheen. I don't even say do all that. It's just a really nice natural radiance, and the way it applies on the skin is stunning. The way it gives skin-like finish is stunning, and I'm just obsessed with this. The Danessa Myricks, like, her products are really that girl, and I feel like her products are really good for a good range of skin types based on like the primer that you use, the prep, and all the things. You can really work with her stuff. Like, if you have drier skin, if you use her Moisture Barrier Balm, or if you use her Glow Primer beneath this, you'll get more of that dewy look. If you're a more combinational oily girl, you can use the drops, you can use the regular universal primer underneath that to give you a little more control over your oils. And I just love that. Like, she gives such range, and I feel like that's exemplary of her entire makeup collection, is that there's so many ways to use her products. It really gives makeup artists, but also very user-friendly. Like, from her pigments to the color tubes, what are the names? Y'all forgive me, please. Being able to use the primers that's hot. Like, there's just so many things that you can do, and I love that. I love her products. I think that she's fabulous, and I love seeing clips of her on Instagram because her personality just seems so freaking sweet, and I hope one day I get to meet her because I love her. Danessa, I love you! I love you bad. And she a baddie. Next, I have a new powder puff. Baby, I said, let me break out a new one because I'm not going to show y'all the one that I have now that I've been using and abusing. But I am officially a powder puff girly, a triangular powder puff girl, because this is excellent at perfectly applying powder underneath the eye. It's perfect at doing touch-ups. And then as of late, I've been using it to apply powder all over. And the thing is, I accidentally found out that I could do that by, well, you guys remember when I was doing like my whole Indicar makeup kit and I used a beauty blender to apply the powder all over. And ever since then, I was just like, why have I not been doing this? Because it actually applies way more coverage than when you use a brush. And while I typically don't want more coverage, knowing that I can do that with a powder and way quicker, that's life-changing. And I'm like, even if I do get more coverage, I don't never look powdery because my all-over face powders aren't super mattifying. They're more so natural finish. They're baked powder, so they don't look super crazy on the skin. But then you put a spray on it and then you're gonna look skin-like anyways. But man, this powder is awesome. Not the powder puff. She's awesome. Even today, I literally just, this is me, powder, boom. And done. It's so quick. Every now and then I still use the brush, of course, but like, just knowing that I have the option, I've been obsessed with these. Like, these are actually so stinking good. Why was I so late on the bandwagon to try these? I always do that to myself. I was late on the bandwagon to try the actual beauty blender, and now look at me, hooked. Jemima, why do you wait? You want to be different so bad. Hop on a bandwagon, try it and see. And now look at you, 60 years late trying to catch on. The wagon is way up there and you can't run. How you finna catch up? That's crazy. I wanted to take some time to feature these bras that I get from a store that many of y'all may not care about, but in case you do, I just said I can't say that they're not a favorite. I've been rocking with these bras way before they were cut off, okay? Gina Janine, if you guys follow her, she mentioned that these were her favorite bras from Target, these Auden mesh bras, and I was like, Gina said these are her favorite bras. Gina got knockers. The difference between hers and mine, hers sit up. You know, hers stand at attention and mine be on the floor. So I said, we gonna see. I'm about to see. And I said mesh, it's giving something to wear in the house. And originally I did buy this for in the house loungewear when I wanted a no-feel bra, but I still wanted to look a little more put together than I usually do. So like wearing an actual like t-shirt or something, like a crop fitted t-shirt, some lounge pants, whatever. And so that's what I got these for. And I just found myself wearing them more and more and more and more. And now it's to the point that I'm wearing them all the time. And one thing about me, once I like something, I'm gonna what? Get it in another color. And then not only am I gonna get it in another color, I'm gonna get like 2, 3, 4, 5 more, because why is this actually my favorite bra now? Gina was onto something, and shout out to her for linking this and posting about it, because I would have never known. I would have never known. I just bought a new one because my thing, baby, well, the one I had before is a little too big, and I'm gonna keep buying them. I'm gonna keep buying them because I need these, and luckily they're still available. So like I said, I just got a new one and it's everything. Oh, I love this so much. Like, it's so lightweight, the mesh is breathable, but somehow it still holds the girls up. Like, I don't know if you could tell, but they're not on the floor. They sitting on top of my stomach, but they're not on the floor like they usually are. Do you know how much work it would take for this little mesh to really hold the girls up like that? And she's doing it. And she doesn't tear, she doesn't rip, she doesn't fall apart. There's no threading that's coming apart. Like, I'm so here for this. This bra is fan-freaking-tastic. I love her sound. And because it's mesh, I feel like if something happens and it accidentally shows, it's still gonna be cute because you're wearing a mesh bra. Like, that's sexy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have no complaints about that. I'm actually wearing another one of the brown ones right now. Period. Because mesh under crochet, child, whatever. It's a vibe. It's a vibe, and I love these bras so much, honestly, truly. They're really good though, for real. Next, I have these fishnet flats. I have plain ones as well, but these for sure have more razzle dazzle and they are more of an attention grabber. And I feel like every time I wear my little gentrified Chinese slippers out, I always get compliments. Now, I will say this is not the best weather to be wearing these in, but I'm gonna get my money's worth. I'm gonna wear it regardless. But this particular one has the gold detailing on top, and anything that has a little pop of something that'll add to a look, that's always gonna be a bit of me. That's always gonna be something that I gravitate towards. Like I said, I do have the plain one. I love her down as well. If I didn't have these, they would be in my video right now. I wear those quite often. But like having that extra statement, that eye grabber that's on the foot that can, you know, match well with the jewelry and any whatever gold hardware on your bag, things like that, that kind of help like bring the details in of your look together. I'm here for it, baby. It's a vibe. Now, does the cost reflect the fact that it's a gentrified Chinese slipper? Yes, and that's incredibly nasty to me. How we go from $2 slippers to $50? That's insane. But here they are. Do I regret them? No. But is it nasty for real? Yes. What the hell? Like, it's fishnet. These should not be more than $25. Like, not y'all gentrifying the price too, but I will say, she's a bit of me, darling. She's a bit me. Actually, I'm finna wear her with this outfit. I'm wearing camo pants, this cute little Amazon top. I'm finna wear these two, period. I'll show you right on. Last but most certainly not least, I will never, ever, ever, ever stop speaking about the wide calf boots that are available at Walmart. As a girly that has struggled to find boots all her life, all my life I had to find. And the thing is, like, I know I'm joking, but I'm so serious, y'all. My first pair of black classic boots, not unlike this, came from LINKY, cost way more than that. And it was a moment to the point where I made a post about it and everything, because I said it took damn near 32 years. 32? I think it was 32. 32 years for me to find a pair of boots that fit me. 32. I don't know if y'all realize how revolutionary that is, because not only is it a boot that finally fits me, it's a boot in the style that I love, just like a classic point toe, moderate heel situation, and it was one that I could afford. LINKY is more pricey than Walmart, but it was my first chance to grab a boot that fit me, and I was hyped. I couldn't believe it. I love those boots. And yes, I did buy them in every color. Not too much on me. So to see that Walmart has come out with stylish boots that are very similar to the ones that I first fell in love with, but they're affordable, they're budget friendly, they're pocket friendly, especially in these times, like on the lowest of keys, baby, anytime you could save a coin, you could discount something, get something for a fraction of a cost, do it, okay? Save your coins. So I love that these are actually affordable. I think they were like $50. And I was like, I paid way more for my original boots. And these are so stunning. When I tell y'all, I'm gonna get so much wear out of them this winter. Like I said, the heel is moderate. I can actually walk in these. I could probably stand for 15 minutes, a whole 15 minutes, okay? Pat on the back to me, because if you know anything about me, I'm gonna walk into the restaurant with heels and then take my shoes off, okay? And switch to my flats or my sandals. I don't play them games, okay? I have plantar fasciitis, I got weak ankles, and I got struggle knees. Leave me alone, okay? But baby, I love when the girlies with the larger body parts we can find pieces that are just as trendy, just as chic, just as beautiful, as stunning, just as classic in our size, bro. Like, as a wide leg girly, do you know what it feels like to purchase wide leg boots and it still be too small? Yeah, if it don't say extra wide, leave me out the chat. But I will say I've been very content with these boots from Walmart. I also have a suede slouchy pair. I'll also link those for you guys below. But yeah, I've been really enjoying all of these items. And if you guys enjoy them too, or want to enjoy them, I will link them all for you guys down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm saying enjoy a lot, huh? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Per usual, you guys know I love to yappa like a rot about my favorite things. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Toodles.